Hi everyone, my name is Katya you, and for some reason it's nicer to record outdoors as we have a really nice summer. And yesterday I went to a concert of two Spanish singers of bachata. And actually there's one thing that I wanted to discuss with you. I started watching a series called Platonic. Right, so Platonic, this word for some reason a lot of my foreigners use referring to me. Platonic love, that I'm this kind of impossible, it's not impossible love, it's something that is not materialistic or not real. And yeah, I actually, after the Vikings, because I watched the Vikings in June and May, July, and it was kind of intense and I spent a lot of hours there. So I wanted to make a pause, so I wasn't watching anything else. But now it was just okay. One evening I wanted to practice English or something, so I put this series. And actually, what I wanted to mention, that apart from it's a very sarcastic and interesting psychological kind of story, I've got a lot of questions. Maybe I asked them a little bit after I mentioned the main detail. Метро? Вообще в ту сторону. Вот. Да, прям направо через дорогу. He was asking for the way. Yeah. So at least from here, we have a lot of reels, videos, short videos comparing the metro in New York versus metro in Moscow, saying that here there's a lot of order everywhere. I don't know if it's because here as well we got cameras everywhere, but it's more than the scooters and things like that for public use. And for example, the little robots that are hanging around, like they're delivery robots on the streets. The comparison that in the United States they're usually kind of violated, so that everyone hits them, everyone wants to ride them or whatever, and here everyone just takes a picture with them and like gives them cuddles. And so the treat is super different, and so the videos are like, see the difference, things like that. Obviously it's a generalization, it doesn't mean everyone does that, but in this very series, the guy, the main character, he was pushing, every time he got angry he would push the scooters so that they fall in the street. And I got that super interesting because all the rest, like in their conversations, more or less I could understand. So that I kind of, human personality explains when we are angry, when we do things that, you know, we tend to think for somebody else, we tend to make conclusions. Well, all this friendship that is shown there, like, I can understand pretty much everything. There is also a huge culture shock with the politeness. And I don't know, guys, like I think you work with psychologists, and it's like kind of, I believe, everyone here believes that psychologists came from there, so that here a lot of people don't understand the value of psychology. And I've been taking this therapy sessions with my psychologist, who's also well, I met her at a meditation, Vipassana meditation, and she, yeah, basically in these 3 years of sessions I learned how to, it's not just the cliche how to say no, but actually to be honest with myself first of all, and then with others, right? So it's been a hard way, but every time, every day, every session I learn more and more of how to not doing anything that would hurt me in the first place, right? It's a long way, but yeah, no matter who it is in front of you. And there I kind of don't understand this aspect as well, why would they be so afraid of hurting someone who's like just a random person? Yeah, she would just never say what she feels. And the guy who's hitting the scooters, sorry for the lack of context, but it's just some specific moments that I wanted to discuss. I actually, like, I'm a very empathetic person, and I work with people from all over the world, but this I actually don't get. I mean, even if it's like a bad character, but bad person, or someone who is taking the dark side of his or her personality to do something, I kind of try to put myself into the shoes of the other person, right? So to understand why would he hit the fucking scooters. And there I still feel that it's a pity that they would show it in the series and make it public as a kind of a normality. And this is what actually people write in the comments on those videos, that it's just like the morale kind of thing, or something behind culture and the mindset. So what would you say? Obviously the guy who hits the scooters feels angry. It's just something going on with his life, but he's actually expressing it the way that it affects not just his family or friends, but just the public space, right? So he's doing something bad, right? And exactly this I kind of don't understand, because it means that there is a huge problem with personal borders, and that there is lack of respect for what's going on around you. I'm not generalizing at all, just I wanted to discuss this aspect, but obviously there are other aspects that are good or bad in this, or either like here or there, etc. But I've never seen anyone here, I've never seen anyone just kicking the scooters or something that would be just standing there. You would just stand there, and if I'm angry, maybe, I don't know, or someone who is a bit out of his mind, who would, I don't know, kick something that the wooden broke, and this is expensive, like it would break, and it's public, it's made like for companies, they have huge losses with just maintaining the thing, with just draining it, with like covering from the rain or whatever like it takes. And so obviously they made it kind of fun. Maybe it's also the way to show social problems, that they would just because they obviously use it as some kind of cycle that repeats. So the first time he would do it for nothing, and the girlfriend, she would say, why would you kick them? And he would like, why would anyone do anything? Yeah, that was his answer, like, why would anyone do anything? So just I want to, right? So he doesn't make a single effort to analyze his behavior, or the next step would be to control it, because he obviously doesn't want to control himself. And he's okay with hurting whatever the space is around him, or maybe the people as well, finally. And then the second time he gets angry, he kicks them instead, and so we see that it's clearly kind of a sarcastic way to, he would do it again. Yeah. So these are basically two things, because the rest, I guess, is more human, that people tend to get into each other's lives. I don't like it. So in the beginning it was kind of fun to hear their arguments, but then when you get too much into somebody, just anyone else's life, it's weird. And I'm happy I've learned that. I don't care. It's just your thing. If you're someone, okay, like a close friend, you can ask my advice, but not in a way that I would want to contribute something, or increase the degree of nervousness or whatever emotions I have to think of someone else's decisions. I'm good with myself. I've got a lot going on with myself, a lot to work on with myself, and it's very hard to see. Maybe in the very beginning, 3 years back, I just wanted the things to be my way. I just wanted to, like, this kind of infantile behavior, and it was, so the hardest thing is to grow up, and it still remains the same. The hardest thing is to grow up, to accept that, oh, it's my responsibility, it's just my responsibility, I should take care of that. And then you just turn around and see your reflection in the mirror and see that this person is the first person to address it, the first person to ask, what should I think of, where should I put my energy to? And this is why, kind of, again, like, it can be useful to analyze those situations in the series. It's also very beautiful in terms of the image, but unless if it's not for that, it's just a waste of time. Maybe better thinking about yourself in a way. I don't know. Well, I will wait for your comments, right? So what do you think about the kicking thing? And what makes, like, what kind of deep down there, what makes people be angry? I believe this is internal unhappiness and something that is not right within you, and obviously it should be controlled overall. But what magic has happened so that the people here wouldn't do it? I don't know. I think it's a matter of good and bad, and managing it, and seeing when. The first thing of the growth is to see where you hurt someone, so that finally you live a life where people don't hurt you. My Instagram is Katya. Please follow me if you like these talks.